Welcome back to Philly Sports Spotlight. I'm Phil Andrews, and Sixer fans, I feel your pain. As this season of what ifs has almost come to its merciful end. What if Andrew Bynum had actually played this season? How many more wins would it actually have translated to? Would the Sixers have made the playoffs? Maybe. But even then, would they have been good enough to beat the Heat, Knicks, or Pacers? Probably not. With that said, time now for a little reflection as we remember the 1983 76ers team on this 30th anniversary of their NBA championship.
Moses, Dr. J, the whole team, the guards, the four guards are incredible. The whole team's incredible.
Sixers, because they got the best bench, and they got Moses Malone, the top rebounder. They're excellent.
Number one, all the way.
LA might have a magician, but we got the position.
And it's full forward, number 6, captain of the Eastern Conference Championship team, forward Julius Erving.
The great Dave Zinkoff, who was as much a star during the 76 era as were the players. So after losing to the Lakers in 2 of the previous 3 NBA Finals, Dr. J and company were not to be denied this time around. And thanks to the offseason acquisition of Moses Malone from the Houston Rockets, Philadelphia finally had a big man to help neutralize Lakers center Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. Of course, in addition to his offense and rebounding abilities, Malone was best remembered that year for his faux comment, in reference to the fact that his team had a desire to sweep their postseason opponents. Of course, the other key component to the Sixers' playoff run that season was the tireless effort of their head coach, Billy Cunningham, who worked day and night to figure out a way to beat the Lakers' vaunted trap defense.
He doesn't take a day off, and you can see that, and sometimes you can see the wear and the tear and the drain on him. But, he recovers from that, and he bounces back, and he gets back into the task of what he feels it takes to lead his team to a championship.
It's nice to hear somebody say, you'd like to see Julius get a ring, or Billy get a ring, or Moses get a ring. There's only one place you get it, it's on the court. It's very nice to talk about those things, another thing to do it.
And if there's anyone who knew about doing it, getting it done, and winning championships, it was indeed Billy Cunningham, who came off the bench as the valued 6th man for the 1967 Sixers title team that many still consider one of the best of all time.
When I was a player, I thought of myself as a student of the game. And I tried to evaluate the team we were going to play, how I was going to help the team win. And then when I became a coach, I thought I'd be able to step in and be able to do a good job right away. But the thing that amazes me is how much work you have to do if you're going to be successful in this business.
And it was hard work that eventually paid off for Cunningham and his 76ers. Starting with a sweep of the Knicks in the opening round of the playoffs, then needing 5 games to beat the Bucks in the Eastern Conference Finals, thereby, of course, denying Moses' famous prediction of faux. Nevertheless, the Sixers were in it to win it and made sure they only needed 4 games to beat the Lakers in the finals to eventually bring home the title.
Hey, Mr. Tony, how did you feel when the buzzer went off and we had won the world?
The way I felt, I tell you, I didn't even know I had feet.
One thing about this team that they should be remembered for is they had the ability every year to come back and just keep on doing it and keep on doing it, and darn it, they climbed the mountain.
I think that we got the monkey off our back, that the city no longer can walk up to our players, myself, and call us a choker.
World champions here with us right now, the Philadelphia 76ers, the champions of the world. Hello. The 76ers hold this forever.
This was our time. It was all a matter of the plan for us, and we didn't write the script. We just lived it out.
course, that was indeed a magical run by that 76ers team. But then again, there was something magical about that whole era of the NBA. The Sixers and Lakers. As a matter of fact, that series alone produced 7 Hall of Famers. Let's take a look. Of course, the Lakers, you had James Worthy, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, the Lou Alcindor, if you will, Magic Johnson, Jamal Wilkes, and Bob McAdoo. And then the 76ers, well, of course, Julius Erving and Moses Malone.
I want to thank the 76ers for giving me the opportunity to, in '83, to be able to come there and play on a team with Urban, Andrew Toney, Marbury Chief, and Bobby Jones, because I never thought that I would be an NBA ball player. You know, I never thought that I would be a 12-time NBA All-Star. I never thought I would be one of the 50 greatest players of all time. You know? You know, I can look back at my childhood with just me and my mother, the way she brought me up. You know, a poor young man like me. But what people got to realize, that basketball is not an individual sport. Basketball is a team sport. Now, if you said that I'm a tennis player, I'm a golfer, now that's an individual sport. Because now you got to play for yourself. But as a team, you got 12 more guys on your team that you got to be able to play with. And my goal was for them to make me the best and me to work with them. I came as a player, not as a superstar.
A big part of the responsibility that all of us have now as we accept becoming members and trainees of the James Naismith Basketball Hall of Fame, we all must accept the challenge and the responsibility to be a member in accordance with the standards that were established well before we got here. And our models are the other Hall of Famers who are out there, including my very special friend who escorted me tonight, Billy Cunningham, who I'd like to thank first, and so many people who are here on my behalf, who are part of my support group, many who were there when I began a long journey in Hempstead, Long Island, as an elementary school player, a Salvation Army Recreation Center basketball player, who wasn't very good, who actually was a little bit of a scrub because I could never shoot the ball with one hand. Many people say after 16 professional years and playing basketball from age 8 to age 37, that I still wasn't a very good shooter. But somehow, I guess, you know, the old adage applies: if you throw enough stuff up against the wall, some of it's bound to stick.
Well, in his words, Dr. J may not have been able to shoot, but he certainly perfected the dunk. Now, Julius and Moses may have been the key components of that Sixers team, but what a supporting cast. Let's take a quick peek at that 1983 team. And a couple of names that stick out, of course, all these guys were instrumental in helping the team win that year. But how about Mo Cheeks, the Boston Strangler, Andrew Toney, Clint Richardson. Now, Clint Richardson had to come in for Toney in that first game against the Lakers because Toney got hurt. But every time he was called to come in and play, Clint Richardson delivered. I see Mike Ivoroni on that list, Bobby Jones. And let's not forget the guy who coached him, Billy Cunningham, who by the way, also a basketball Hall of Famer. Now, since 1983, the Sixers have reached the finals just once and were beaten by the Lakers, ironically, in 5 games during the 2000-2001 season. Allen Iverson and company took game 1 before Shaq and Kobe helped close out the series, winning games 2, 3, 4, and 5. All right, folks, time to take another break. But when we return, we hit the ice with the Ontario Junior Hockey League MVP, Tyler Gurich.